Hi, Collective. I'm Ancient. Let's see what energies are coming towards you. Let's see what energies. What energies are coming towards you? Okay, so we have the Six of Wands. I just heard popularity, recognition. Some of you could be getting recognized at work. If there was some sort of conflict that happened, there's an apology happening. I'm also getting, if you're going to be going out soon, some of you could be going out on a date. Okay. And while you're out, you're going to notice that a lot of people are going to be looking at you, not in envy, not in jealousy, but um, in a peculiar way, more curious. Like curious about you. Okay, so we have the four of swords here. You know, I feel like a lot of you've been silent, you've been quiet, you've been keeping to yourself. And so now you are showing yourself as like, I have arrived. And it's like Sleeping Beauty awaking out of her slumber. Okay. Even if you're a man, not calling you Sleeping Beauty. Okay. But I'm just saying it's like you've taken a break from being out and about, and now you're out, you're having fun, you're out on the town, you're, getting lunch with friends, and you look well rested. I'm also getting where some of you look really young for your age. So again, you could be 40 and you look like you're 20. You could be um or close to 40, or you could be 50. You look like you are in your 30s. You could be 60s. You look like you're in your 40s, stuff like that. Like some of you look extremely young and it stands out. I'm also getting where someone wants a cat, or someone likes cats, or someone has a cat with blue eyes. We have an orange cat, something about an orange cat. Okay, so we have the Five of Wands. You're also going to notice there's a lot of competition. Okay, a lot of people are going to want you. Male or female, doesn't matter. A lot of people are going to want you. There's a lot of competition because you're well rested. It's like, because some of you stop going out and it's been a year, it's been a couple of years. Like you just wanted to take a break from being social, dating, stuff like that, just kind of being out, focusing on other things. And we have the Emperor. Okay. So to my ladies out there, some of you could be hanging out with your Emperor. You may or may not know this already. This person could be an Aries, they don't have to be. But this is someone that is very proud to be around you, be with you, not necessarily be with you romantically. Maybe this person's going to work up the courage to tell you that eventually. But the person, if you're a woman, you're hanging out with a man, this person, now, I don't want everybody to hear this and think it's them. You'll know. But I feel like this person has their intentions with you is serious, because they're going to, you're not going to have to guess. They're going to show up as the Emperor. So they may be very protective. This person's going to be generous. Chivalry isn't dead. Pulling out your chair, opening your door, very traditional is what I'm getting. But this person is doing this intentionally because they want to see the vibe between you both. If this is something you're interested in, if you're open to this. But there's an Emperor coming. Somebody's going to find out that they're pregnant with a little girl. Okay, I don't know why. The little girl's going to be like kind of tan skin with curly hair. But someone's going to figure out, they're going to find out that they're pregnant with a little girl. We have the Page of Wands. Now, the person that you could be going on a date with or seeing, okay, man or woman, um, they could be of a different ethnicity than you are. Okay. But it's something about people like to see you with one another. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means. But anyways, moving on. If you're a man, the one and you're going out, this woman that you're gonna meet, you're not testing her, you're not doing anything like that. There's no games. You want to see the vibe because you're showing up as the emperor. You're showing up as someone that's really serious, that's not wasting time, but you're gonna have a lot of fun with this person. But I feel like you're gonna make it clear the position you want to be in with this person, like the steps you want to take, that you're showing up as the emperor, you want to be a part of their life, you want to blend lives together eventually. It's going to start off a lot of fun, but I definitely feel like a serious conversation will take place as well. We have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely going out on a date. We have the um Eight of Wands. Okay. Communication. Now, if this is someone that you know from your past, there could be communication around some sort of conflict. Like if this person's coming back around, um, you two could talk about some sort of conflict that happened and why you two broke up, especially if this is someone that you used to talk to. I'm also getting where you might see signs of jealousy from this person because they're going to kind of be a bit territorial. Um, Queen of Pentacles, I feel like yeah, because you have someone showing up as the Emperor and the other person showing up as the Queen of Pentacles. So you'll know who you are. Someone's the Emperor, someone's the Queen of Pentacles. Both grounded energies. But this Emperor, let me clarify the Five of Wands with the Emperor. There's competition here. The Magician and the Page of Swords. Okay, so we have the Magician and you have the Page of Swords. Now, I feel like in the past, this person could have been a bit manipulative. In the past, and you didn't like that behavior. You wanted them to be direct. Because I feel like this could be someone when they talk to you about things, it comes off like a riddle. Like their communication is very choppy. They don't just come out and tell you what their intentions are. And that could have been how they were in the past. Now they're showing up as the Emperor. Their communication's a lot better. And they're going to make it very clear. You two again could talk about some sort of conflict that happened. If the conflict wasn't between you and this person, the conflict, you could just be talking about some other conflict that has taken place around you. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so your expectations are within, when it comes to this Emperor, you have very high expectations that they have to fulfill, especially if this is someone that you've already dealt with. In order to get back with you, the expectations are super high. as it should be. We have the 9 of Swords, and then we have the 6 of Cups. You don't know if you want to be in a relate. Some of you, honestly, although all this love is coming in, you kind of don't know if you want to be in a relationship or if you want to commit. Some of you are starting to feel like maybe commitment isn't for you just because you don't want to get hurt. Some of you are starting to feel like maybe you just want to be friends with people, kind of have like a domestic partnership. You don't want to get married. You don't want to put yourself in a compromised situation where you're stuck with a person. Some of you at some point wanted to have children. You no longer want to have children, and I think it has a lot to do with kind of like what's going on in the world. But it's also, so it's like a combination of what's going on in the world, but also just how you see people now. I'm also getting, for some of you, you could have like looked at your friends and family. There's nothing wrong with that, and you're kind of looking at how their lives have turned out. It's not so much about comparing them to you, but you're someone that's like highly intelligent, you're observant, you're wise. And so you're seeing, the misery that comes with some of the things that, and maybe at some point you wanted, maybe you wanted marriage, but then you realize that a lot of people are unhappy and they're married, or the divorce rate, depending on where you live, is super high. um and then you're starting to see the influences of the media and the mainstream culture and a lot of things that are happening, and you're wondering if you can fit into this new standard of relationship. So I don't think it's about that. I feel like it's about you finding someone that's on the same wavelength, that sees the world at large the way that you do, maybe someone that has a lot of in common similarities, maybe similarities in spirituality, similarities in, overall about family and tradition. I think it's about just finding your person. Now, your person doesn't necessarily mean that you have to get married. You could just be good friends with this person for the rest of your life. You don't necessarily have to sign paperwork. So, I feel like a lot of you are going to be a bit stressed. Um, and not stress in that way, but stress because there is somebody coming back around, or someone coming into your life that wants something serious with you. They want to go the next level. They want to progress to the next steps. And so there's just a lot to take in and a lot to think about, because I feel like whatever the next steps is, it could be children, it could be moving in together, buying property together, stuff like that. All right, I'm gonna leave it here. That's all I have for you. Thanks so much for listening. I'll talk to you soon.